right, Liberty, this is for Cornerstone in F, and I'm gonna just show you a quick few little things that I do, and you'll be able to sing at the same time. I can sing and play this version that I play without any problem. So once you get it in your hands, it'll be fine because it's really metered. It's just more movement, but it's still really metered, so you'll be able to sing at the same time. So the way I start the riff is I don't go to the octave right away. I start it in fourths. Well, the first one is a fourth, but I start it low and mellow. So at the beginning, so at the intro, in the turnaround between the repeat of verse 1, after the chorus, I keep it low. I don't do the octave version until after verse 2. And then even then I come back to the low version, and I'll show you where. So then immediately after, it's usually 2 measures. So in the recording, they jump right in. And maybe you guys, I think in youth, when you sing it, you jump right in. But the way we've done it is there's been a space. You'll have to check me on the recording because I don't listen to it very often. So what it is 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and there's 2 measures over F. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So C, F, G, C, C, F, G, C. That's over F. And all you're doing is moving your thumb. Then when you get to B flat, it's 1 measure. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So now it's the same thing with the F, G, C there, but now your thumb is on D when you play B flat. And then on C, you just scoot it over to E. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So B flat and C are just 1 measure. D minor and C are 1 measure. And then you go back to the shape that you did for B flat, but over D minor. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then scoot your thumb over for the C. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. But then on the last line, Holy Trust, it's 2 and 2. So back to that shape for B flat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But that's not quite the speed. It'd be more like. Scooting that thumb over to D, now to E when you're over the C with the power chord. D minor power chord, back to the B flat shape, back to C, then quicker, power chord and left, octave. To the chorus. And then what I would do the first 2 times for the chorus is just, so do octaves with a 5th in your left, and then just, so do second inversion B flat, just rocking that. And then for D minor, you're going to treat it like a D minor 7, because if you were right here, that's a D minor 7, but we're lifting it up here, or make it more open, or even add a G, give it a little dissonance. But either way, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So we got a second inversion. So second and second inversion. So in Jesus' name. Christ alone, cornerstone. cornerstone weak made. So then I would go, so G, C, F to G. So you're doing G really over A instead of F over A. Or you could look at it as an F with, you could look at it as extensions of added on to F, but either way. Back to this. And then through the storm, I would walk up with through the storm. It's not written in, but you can hear that it kind of lends itself to that. Same doing that like you did over F over A, but now you're breaking it apart, going. Lord of all. Verse 2, you'll start like verse 1, but they'll go right into it. There won't be the pause like in the first verse. I rest on His unchanging grace in every high and stormy gale. So that would technically be what you would do, but it doesn't sound good. So go to the C shape. It says D minor over C. That's what they're asking for, but we end up just treating it like C. And then now my anchor holds within the veil, and that tag, I go like this. So hit this D, F, B flat, octave with a third. You could repeat it. So F octave with a fifth. So like you did in the chorus. So similar to what you did at the beginning, but then now the bigger version of the turnaround. And then the same thing at the chorus. Then you do that turnaround again. So after the chorus, that time, don't do it big because you're going into verse 3, which is a lot more quiet. Verse 3 will do different. Or like this. I like this sound better. C, F, G, C. And then trumpet sound. So C, G, A to C, A. When He shall come with trumpet sound. So now I'm doing a B flat 2 and 9. Oh, may I then in Him be found. So we're doing kind of like we've talked about, where you find a harmony line, because you could sing Him be found or Him be found. For D minor, we're going to do like a D4. And we're going to ignore the D minor over C and just treat it like, well, the A will be in there, which is more like when you're doing a C, so there's a hint of it there. I mean, when you're doing a D minor. But righteousness alone. So you're going to do kind of like you did in verse 2. Flawless I stand before the throne. But instead of do that for the first time, and then like you did with verse 2, then fuller. Righteous I stand before the throne. So that big version, and I'll do a playthrough, and then for this last time I do a fuller, because we do it twice, I do arpeggios. I'll do it slow, and they're also 16ths. F over A, back to the D minor, at the end of this chorus, now we're going to do big block chords. You could go really low or here. So we're doing a B flat with a 2 for a D minor. So instead of just going 2 notes to 1, it'll be 3 notes rocking to 1. And then for D minor, you could do that. That might sound a little tense, but you could do Solone, Cornerstone. That sounds better doing a C. So that same move over F over A. Only this time when you do this, go. So A, C, F, A. So over the A in your left, G, C, F, G. Storm. He is Lord of all. And once you get this down, again, it's super metered, so you'll be able to sing at the same time. I can sing along with it with no problem. Okay, so I'll play it now all the way through. This is intro. Power chords. And that pause. Verse 1. Don't be too heavy with your fingers. You want the first one to be noticed, but not too heavy. The rest are even. You can roll the left. Just in his very light, pulsing